So sorry for the dramatic thumbnail and title situation on this, but we need to talk. Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Most of you around here know me as Jacob Williams. I am a professional music producer and composer, and today we're going to be doing something way different. This is more of a just conversation between me and you. I wanted to kind of squeeze this into Friday's upload, but it would literally take up like most of the whole intro segment, and I just thought that that was kind of ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is just leave this as like a whole separate video, pretty much just explaining things on the direction that I want to take the channel, as well as just how I'm feeling about it overall, and maybe we can have a conversation about a couple of things down there in the comments as usual. But I figured let's just have this be its own like standalone video for those of you who care. The first thing I wanted to mention was I'm so sorry about just what happened with our flow and the sort of slowdown of uploads. You guys have been so nice, but I just can't apologize enough because I feel like you guys have just given me so much of your time, and I feel like I want to respect that time as much as possible. So that's why even in the last upload and the upload before that, I was just like, guys, I'm so sorry, but just bear with me because it's just what I feel like I need to do to sort of translate to you guys how much your time and your energy mean to me. Because I mean, again, this is just something part-time, and I know it means a lot to a lot of you just seeing me sort of break stuff down and react to it. And you know, we kind of have these conversations in our space about certain artists, certain albums, and just how wonderful certain pieces of music are. And that leads me to where I want to begin with this conversation. So let's just start with where this channel started. Why did I even make a YouTube channel? like you guys might be sitting there saying, like, if you can't commit to the work, why did you make a YouTube channel? And that kind of is a complicated question to answer, and I'm just going to word it the best way that I can. And that is, I started this channel from a place of wanting to make producer content, or to make like almost like a bootstrapped vlog of musical things that I discovered while I was working. Because I noticed like I would find myself talking to clients all the time. You could even go back to my first video right here and see what I was sort of trying to start with. And again, it's not great content in my opinion. I love the reaction stuff way more than than any of that. Just 100% transparency. I love doing the reaction stuff for you guys. I wanted to take the stuff that I was talking to my clients about, and the stuff that I kind of found myself mentioning a lot, like, oh, I don't know, 5 tips on how to make your song sound polished or whatever, or things I learned from making this song that ended up getting a bunch of streams, yay, like, you know, stuff like that, like things that personally felt like had some value and maybe other music makers would enjoy, and some did. But then what ended up happening is I was like, well, I know, what if I could just listen to a song that I've never heard before and try to pull out those secrets or those techniques while I'm listening to it. We first did that with Lord, and after recording and editing that video, I was like, this is so fun. And don't get the wrong idea, I'm not just stopping cold turkey. This isn't just a way of me weaseling out and saying I'm never reacting to anything again. It's not fun anymore, because that's not the case at all. We're just going to talk about, you know, where this has led. But that's where this channel started from, was a place of, hey, I just made a house banger for someone, and let's break down why that's like so cool, or what made it like possible. Or I don't know, a lot of people don't know what parallel processing is, so it'd be cool to do a video on decoding what parallel processing is. And again, I'm not Andrew Huang, I'm not Austin Hull, I'm not Rick Beato, I'm not these already really well established people on YouTube that are great teachers. They know their stuff more than me. They're more renowned than me. They have better abilities than me. I was just more so like, there's certain things and certain weird ways that I do things that I wanted to share. And then now let's talk about reaction. Okay, like, why did I start? Well, I mean, New Lord was coming out. I hadn't heard her in like 10 years. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to listen to Lord on camera and see if that's any fun to film and edit. And it was an absolute blast. It was literally so fun. Those first 2 uploads, the Shapeshifter one, and then I think we went into did we go into melodrama right after that? I want to say we went right into melodrama. Those were so fun. I literally was like, this is awesome. Even doing an album all the way through, I was like, oh, this is great. Editing it, I found my peace with it. It was fun, and I put it out. Then uploads and uploads and uploads. That was like all I did on this channel because it was just so fun. And I did so many of them. And then once things started getting kind of building up and more of you started finding this channel and we all started kind of checking out different stuff, that was literally, even through all the like weird tech problems and stuff, like just being able to make these really long pieces of content that you guys ended up really liking, it literally made me feel like, oh wow, this is like a responsibility now. Like I got to keep up with this. And so I did. And as you guys know, I've been like consistent in terms of like, you know, posting at least once a week and getting stuff out to you guys, but it's also been hard to keep up with, especially lately. What changed? For those of you who haven't seen the posts that I've been making here in the sort of YouTube community posts, because I don't really use social media, I don't really have the time for it most days, I mentioned that, hey, my work is like really busy. You got to understand that when I was doing a lot of uploads on this channel, it was starting to slow down a little bit, so I have more time to commit. Then when things got busy around like September, October again, I was just like, oh gosh, this is a lot to take in. So I just stayed up for nights, up editing those videos, stayed up literally for hours while I did it. And that was just a responsibility I took on. You know what I mean? I was just like, I got the time I can dedicate to this type of thing. And so I did, you know, like I edited the videos, did all the like making sure the audio is correct and all this stuff. And it did take a lot of my time, like a lot of my time. And then when things got slow again, I was like, sweet, I can pick it up. So that's when I came out with that new schedule. Like, hey guys, we're going to do like 3 uploads a week and do all this crazy stuff. And I was so committed to that. Lo and behold, I wasn't like, hey Jake, you're going to get busy again. And sure enough, I did. And this last month, even right now, the work is still continuing. I'm working on a couple movies right now. I'm scoring those. I'm working on a couple albums for people. I'm also doing just stray, like random freelance jobs that people are throwing my way. And it's just like a lot with YouTube on top of it. So I was just like, I really want to do this thing. Like I really want to commit to like big uploads and just big pieces of content. But with what's going on, I don't know if I can do that long term. And I didn't want to tell you guys that in a post. I feel like that's just so like not cool. You know what I mean? Like I want to like tell you that camera to face. Like it is going to be a lot. So I wanted to really sit and try to figure out, okay, what can I do? What is a good way to kind of give you guys what you want while also being able to commit to my life, my workload, the things that I do to keep my family afloat, to, you know, exist, which is making music for people. And I was like, well, what if you just made shorter videos? A light bulb went off. I'm telling you, it is literally the simplest thing ever. It is literally like the most simple solution to this problem is just tone down on albums. Duh. Like just listen to songs. That's what you like started doing when it came to the reaction content. And I kind of had a little mini talk with myself over the last few days while I've been working on projects. I'm just like, you are the one, Jake, that decided you're just going to listen to albums. And I was like, you're right. Yeah. Like, sure, you guys recommended, like, you were like, hey, listen to this. Hey, listen to this. Hey, listen to this. But I can choose to just check out one thing from that album and maybe we can bite off of it later, right? And again, that aside, it's not to say I'm never going to react to or dissect or break down an album ever again. Like, that just wouldn't be fun. If there's something coming out and I'm like, oh, dude, it's The Life of a Showgirl. Oh, dude, it's Breach by 21 Pilots. Oh, it's Linkin Park from One. Like, you know, like I'm obviously going to do what I can to square up the time to react to that and to listen to that. But it just hasn't been really realistic lately. And the truth of the matter is I could find myself in a position where I am busy for a long period of time. Like, not just a busy season, but I could find myself being busy like forever, let's just say. And what can I promise you guys that I can commit to when it comes to content? A lot of you might not like this new direction that I'm heavily considering. A lot of you might be like, oh, well, this isn't what I subscribed for. And I'm wholeheartedly sorry, because I am a Libra, I'm a people pleaser, and I always want people to feel like I'm doing right by them. So it's really to a fault sometimes, honestly, you guys. It literally does not make my life very easy, let me tell you. With that being said, I want to aim for a more work-life balance way of existing. I'm telling you, even some of those nights, I would take my setup downstairs and hang out with my wife while she did her work, and I would be scoring movies. And then I'm also like, oh gosh, that's right, I gotta edit that video. And also, being neurodivergent, things like that are just not easy for me. So what we're gonna do is, upon creating that last reaction video to Quadeca, I really liked doing that. That was a very easy, simple even workload, and I can commit to that. I can commit to a couple of those a week, one a week, and then one like other video of me maybe breaking down a song that I've produced, or of me doing something fun like trying to sound like Sophie, or I made this song that sounded like Charlie XCX, what do you guys think? Or what can we learn from the, you know what I mean? Like, I know that you all come here for the reactions. I completely understand that. And I know that you guys watching this are not really going to jive with what I'm going to say next. But for a while, I will no longer promise album reactions. And that means that we're just going to be focusing on songs. We're just going to be making shorter content just around listening to a song and breaking down what makes it special. What's going to be great about this, so I like to view things like pros and cons, right? It's just how I am. I hate it, but I like to view things like pros and cons. The pros are I can get to your guys' suggestions a lot quicker. They're going to be easier to edit, easier to commit to. You guys are going to hear from me more often. I'm not just going to be like away, not wanting to edit this huge behemoth of a video. And I just don't have the funds to hire an editor. I'm so sorry. If one of you guys wants to do it for free, be my guest. Hit me up anytime. But it's going to be one of those things where we scale back a little bit, but I'm going to focus on quality, and I'm going to really try to commit to that quality for you guys, because I think that's what you guys deserve. When I look at the videos, even where I broke down maybe one or two songs instead of a whole album, I even felt like watching that back that I got burnt out less. I was able to fully listen to it, and I was able to really kind of take in most of the things that were happening there. For some of these albums, they're so fun to listen to on camera, and they're so fun to like take in all at once. But the problem is when it comes to really trying to slow down and understand everything, it's a lot. I'm only one guy. This is literally just a one-person operation, me just filming and editing it. And also, before I film, keep in mind, I have a whole like 6 or 7 hour workday of listening to music. So yeah, usually I don't know if you guys noticed, but usually by the end of some of those videos, I'm exhausted. I'm usually pretty tired. I leave the room just going, seeking my wife and my family for comfort. So yes. The plans for the future: shorter uploads, more concise uploads. I don't really notice a lot of cons other than disappointing you guys potentially. So again, so sorry. If you guys have any like, hey, since you're a producer, this would be great if you could do this kind of video, insert video title idea here, I will take it. I will listen to it. And I think that would be so fun to discuss, because I'm always looking for new ideas. I'm always looking for new ways to expand as a creator. I'm not very creative myself, despite being involved in a creative field. But when it comes to this kinds of stuff, I'm not super savvy. You could even look at my first couple of uploads on this channel. They were okay. I feel like I could do a lot better by you guys. So if there's like certain things where you're like, oh, dude, I want to see you try to sound like product era Sophie, or I want to see you try to emulate Life of a Showgirl Taylor Swift, things like that, just send them my way. I'm always down to check out new ideas. And with that being said, Thank you guys for listening. I know this was a lot. I wish I could just TLDR it, but I wanted to give you guys a proper explanation of what's going on in my life. And I think this is a solution that will work out best in the long term for both of us. So thank you for being patient. Thank you for hanging on with me. And if you have anything to say, just leave it below. Thank you so much for your time and have a great rest of your day.